that we were at the investigation. I was like, wait. Investigation. I'm correct. Also, God, I need a haircut. We pretend like we don't see it. We don't. It didn't happen. We're good. Anyways. Yeah. Okay. I assumed more would happen in the song quicker, but okay. First, there we go. First, we need to look at the Monokuma file. The victim, Nagito Komaeda. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Ooh, noon sharp. Okay. Interesting. Because the bombs went off a little bit early. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, looks like a giant extension cord. Anyways, not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. God, this is all going to be important. This is really brutal. I love it. I don't know. Some reason. I think it's for the thighs. I don't like it. Also, I low-key want to say he's not dead. I for some reason, I don't want to believe it. Not like I don't want to, like, the game, you know? I don't. It is gruesome. Extremely. I don't know what extremely. I also don't know why I can't speak. I don't know. Thighs getting stabbed. Ugh. Like, gross. Something about it. Just, you want to protect, for me at least, I want to protect my thighs. I think it's just because I learned that they were big veins, I guess. Arteries? I don't know. I don't know what an artery is. Anyways, I'm gonna pretend like I know things, but I don't. What a tragedy. What a tragic situation. Just reading this makes me depressed. Is there something wrong with this Monokuma file? Huh? Again? But what's wrong with it? God. Very gruesome. Anyways. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled on his right hand.
Yep.
It's definitely weird. Well, I guess I'll find out if I look around. That's what the investigation is for. Don't worry or form conclusions on your own. That makes me more worried that I should be. We could discuss it later. Right now, or is she going to talk about like the time of death is exactly at noon? Because that's the only part we didn't read out loud. But maybe I just whoosh. Anyways, we can discuss it later. Right now is our only chance to investigate. So we should go investigate first.
See?
If we don't, there won't be anything for us to discuss. Well, I guess you're right. Then, let's start with the area surrounding Nagito's body. I should start with the back of the warehouse. Since the curtain blocked most of the water... Oh, I was like, what? Water? The sprinklers. Since the curtain blocked most of the water, this area wasn't affected by the sprinklers that much. I think the sprinkler systems need to be updated in this warehouse because that's not really good. Thanks to that, we can properly investigate Nagito's body. Ooh, there was a sprinkler in the last body in Chapter 5 in the first game as well, since we were taking a lot of ties to the first game in the previous case. I wonder if that's going to be important, or if it's just, oops, we're talking about sprinklers. It's just like, it doesn't matter. I'm pulling like, ooh, I wonder what will happen. Anyways. I never thought I'd have to investigate Nagito's body. Neither did I. Like, legitimately. It was one of those people that I'm like, he's going to make it to chapter 6. Like, he's going to make it out. He's going to be like, oops, we made it out, but one of the people we don't like, or whatever. But I never thought. I don't know. I really didn't. Which is super funny to me that out of everything, the internet did not spoil me to Nagito's death is fantastic. He probably didn't expect to end up like this either. He kind of wished for it though. Like, he kept mentioning it repeatedly that he would die for this whole thing. Well, until recently, I guess. Monokuma file number 5 has been added to your truth bullet section of your handbook. Oh, right. Weird. Okay. Okay, nothing up above. Oh, hiccup. Okay, so these are the thingies we threw. There's a lighter. Interesting. I should actually click on things. This is... It's an oil lighter. Yeah, I got, at one, convention I went to, they were selling really cool lighters. And essentially it was the case for it, but they did sell the actual lighter in it too. And I bought one for 2 people in my life, because why not? And it was really cool, and they couldn't sell the oil or the fluid inside, so she made sure that they worked with like a spark. But anyways, I always wanted to get it just a lighter, but the thing is, I don't need one. Like, the people I gave it to, one smoked, she doesn't anymore, but, and then the other one just would light little candles with it for her room. So it was like, I don't need a lighter, I don't smoke, and I don't do don't burn candles, so I'm like, but lighters. Oh, but I got this amazing multi-tool from the thrift store. It's fantastic. I want to look it up online, but I keep forgetting. But I cleaned it up. It was kind of dirty. And I cleaned it up. Oh, it sparkles now. It is gorgeous. And there's like a little knife in it, but it even locks in place because I don't know when that became a thing, but I'm pretty sure either it's my rule or if it's some laws about knives are in place. But anyways, it's an amazing, amazing multi-tool. And it just, because it doesn't look, it looks clean. And I love that. Because so many times multi-tools are so ugly, too much. But it's gorgeous. Anyways. It's an oil lighter. This is where the curtain would have been hanging. It looks like the fire did. It looks like the fire did extensive damage here. The oil lighter was placed here.
Just kidding.
Or thrown, I guess, because no one was in here. We were all together. Ah, an oil lighter. Maybe someone wanted to keep warm. No, that's... No. Ah, okay, I was like... a little sus that you said that, but okay. Is the most foolish thought. This is clearly the cause of the fire.
Well,
Oil lighters can continue to burn even after someone lets go of them. Again, I guess they're called oil lighters. What do I call it? I guess I called it fluid. I don't remember what you call it, but I guess. But yeah, like The only way to like turn off, my dad used to have a Zippo, and he would just flick it open and closed. But yeah, you can have that sucker, and you can put it down. Oh, it was great. I always wanted to get one, but again, there is no point. Literally, I don't know when the last time I used a lighter. Well, actually, I do. It would have been last week. Last Thursday for my sister's birthday. Anyways. Oil lighters, yeah.
Which means?
So, using that, the curtain was set on fire. Using the oil lantern, or lighter, do you think the killer set up some sort of trick with it?
You are right.
The killer probably planned to destroy destroy evidence by setting this warehouse on fire. They caused the fire to destroy evidence. That's the only reason I could think to why the killer would set or blah blah blah. That's the only that's the only reason why I think the killer would set fire to the crime scene. But clearly there's more to it. Everything said in the investigation is just wrong. And so whatever is said is just like, no. Oil lighter has been added to your truth build section of your handbook. I guess I could just keep going on the ground here. Looks like a bunch of plastic bottles. Remnants of the plastic are shattered all over the place. This is probably... yeah. Those fire grenades that we used to put out the fire. Yeah, they weren't actually that useful in the end. Clearly, it has something to do with something. The fire was only extinguished thanks to thanks to the sprinklers. Dear God, not sparklers, sprinklers. Well, nevertheless, this evidence really isn't all that strange. Something important. I'm calling it. Oh, I can't look at these guys? Okay. No, I want to look at all the other evidence first. Monaguma's dead? There's blood coming out of his stomach. Hey. Oh. No response, he's dead, Jim. Just kidding, I'm not dead. Is this one of the life-size plus? It could have just been a real him. He does regenerate. Well, not regenerate. He's not Deadpool. No, like, he he respawns, I guess. There's real versions of him. Is this one of the life-size plushies that were being produced in this factory? If you're mistaking a plushie for me, there's something wrong with you. You're a stuffed animal too. Don't put your oversized garbage there. It's so misleading. What are you calling oversized garbage? Could this be one of Monokuma's tricks? Then why do you do it? Making a hole like that, like he got stabbed, and going to the trouble of dirtying the hole with blood. Did you try to imitate Nagito's body or something?
What are you saying?
I had nothing to do with that.
You're so evil.
He's probably lying. Monami, I trust you, I really, really do. But did you have something to do with this? Seriously, you're always lying. You should just die like that plushie over there.
What's this?
You seem more pissed than usual these days, Monami, but you better watch what you say. If I feel like it, I can wipe you out easily, you know. I won't give in to your threats. I'll fight you until the very end.
I can't.
I will definitely take back the seat. Okay. I'll definitely take back the seat of world supremacy from. Yeah. Okay. Or what seat? What are we? What? It was out of nowhere. Okay. I'll definitely take back the seat of the world supremacy from Monokuma. Such good music. Such good music. Anyways. I wish my investigation would have cool music. Looks like those annoyances are gone. Is it going to be a real Monokuma? Because I know Monomi bleeds, so if they killed a real Monokuma, but I don't know. It would be weird if you just left it there. If it wasn't Monokuma's trick, then who did this? Could the killer have done this? If so, is this Nagito's blood? I have no idea how this connects to the incident. Monokuma's plushie has been added to your truth bullet section of your handbook. For me, I don't like actually sincerely hypothesizing about anything because there's no way for me of knowing. So it's just like, I'm not going to hypothesize. I'm not going to try to guess where we go with it. Like, I didn't even thinking about the funhouse before it happened in the trial. I'm like, oh, was I supposed to be thinking? Like, I do not. It mattered from Gundam's killing, it mattered for Gundam's killing and for Mikon's. But it looks like it's different this time. It doesn't matter this time. Well, what doesn't matter? The time. Looks like the time doesn't matter. It does. It was exactly at noon. It was clearly written in the Monokuma file. The time of death was noon sharp. If it was at noon, what were we doing at that time? What were we doing? Well, right now it's 12:30 p.m. That was not her, it was him. Anyways, so it also has a clock function. When it comes to Nagito, that means Nagito died 30 minutes ago. It happened that recently? He's totally a fresh kill. Fresh. Seems like a bad way to describe it. Yeah, one time I described a newborn baby as a fresh baby, and my mom thought it was so funny that she started saying that for a little while. I think she forgot about it. But one time right after, she came to me and she goes, "What did you call a baby?" And I'm like, "What?" She goes, like a newborn baby? And I'm like, "I don't remember." And my sibling screams from her room. She goes, "A fresh baby." And it was so funny because I guess because it was fresh. It was all pink. It was all fresh. And anyways, but a fresh kill is a little different. Seems like a bad way to describe it. If it happened 30 minutes ago, was around the time we were struggling with the bombs. You're right. Those fake bombs were originally supposed to explode at noon. Which means whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time is Nagito's killer. But there could be like when Nekomaru died, the killer could have also used some sort of automatic setup. Also, the crime looks very detailed, so they would have needed time to prepare. Then, whoever doesn't have an alibi before that, we need to find the bombs, before we found the bombs is suspicious. Hello. Spoilers for Danganronpa. But thank you. Always very sweet. I also never know what to say, so thank you. And also welcome. That's a good one. Pleased to meet you as well. I'm assuming I don't remember what he told me. I can call him KF. Brought you here, I'm assuming. But yes, howdy. But yeah, I never know what to say. Something like that. Yeah, okay. Something like that, sure. I use he, they, but typically people just go with he, which is chill. I say if you want to practice they, them pronouns, I am perfectly, 100% fine if you use them. Again, I use 50-50. But yes, thank you. Very sweet to uh to ask. It's I don't know. It's very sweet. I am feeling the despair. I did not know despite knowing a few things from the internet, I did not know Nagito spoilers. Nagito dies in chapter 5. I did not know that at all. He wasn't even my favorite, but I'm so shocked. So I can only imagine people that are really into him. Uh, but yeah, I never played it before, so just letting you guys know. I never played it before, so I do not know anything. Okay, good. So no spoilers for you guys. Good, good, good. But yeah, I think I put my pronouns in my description or my bio. Well, maybe not bio. My description. I didn't know how it worked when I made it. Um, but yeah, it's always good to ask. It was I go in for my testosterone shots, and I love it because my nurse, he's a little bit older. He has no idea pronouns wise, and he's like, yeah, I gave a guy his testosterone shots for years, and then he went and got married, so he moved. But he looks at me and he goes, he, she, it doesn't matter because he was just trying to describe what my case was to a different nurse because I give it to myself, but I go there. And it was so funny because he just didn't expect, didn't know what pronouns to use, and it was so great. uh, uh, yeah, I'm gay in some way. Typically, I kind of just go with bi, and for a while, for many, many years, I went with asexual. But my ex-partner recently came out. He used to go with he, and now it's like starting to use they. so, last 2 months, they decided to start using they pronouns, and it's great. Um, yeah, listen, gay in some way, okay? That's kind of where I'm at with it. The same when people are like, "Are you a guy?" or like, "Are you male?" and I'm like, "Er, a man." I'm like, "I'm a guy in some way." It's like, listen, it's hard sometimes, but yeah, I met amazing trans people through Twitch when I played Tell Me Why, which is I think it's a really nice game, but also has a um, trans male character, and voiced by a trans man himself, and it's amazing. So I met lovely people through Twitch that were trans, and it's great. Also, when I came out as trans, I came out to my university friends that I don't see anymore. And I'm like, hey, I came out, and I'm like, hey, I go by he, they. And my friend stepped forward and goes, oh, I changed my name. I go by they, she. And I'm like, oh my god. And so she transitioned one way, I'm transitioning another different way, and it's so fun. So we catch up all the time. So I'm like, I randomly started gaining muscles, and my voice obviously dropped like by the way, Tell Me Why was before my voice dropped, so fair warning, it sounds like I'm a 12-year-old. And, anyways, and she told me that they can't open jars anymore and just starts crying, and I'm like, oh no. So, always, obviously everyone is welcome here, but always welcoming, especially to accepting people and LGBT people. Always lovely to get to talk to people, you know. Ah, yeah, when I first did my hypothetical coming out, um, definitely some kind of, of course, like, yeah. Yeah, when I did my, what I call my hypothetical coming out, where I said, hypothetically, mom, if I was trans, what would you say? It didn't go quite as good as I wanted, so I waited until after I was 18. I waited until after I was, I think I was 21 when I came out to my mom, and then I waited a few more years, and only last year it's almost 1 month or 1 year month 1 year on testosterone, and I'm getting top surgery really soon and everything. So it's like yes. So I've been out for a while, but recently I started medically transitioning, and it's amazing. I'm scared. I have anxiety. um, but yeah, my aunt, I absolutely love her, but she is also very confused about trans stuff, but she's been a huge help. Like, she's been a huge ally. So, again, no matter how many allies, it's good to get more LGBT people in your life, you know? Oh, well, good for her. Like, love and support, wishing her well with her surgery. Um, yeah, one of the therapists I talked to, she obviously lives around here, and she was dating a trans guy in, yeah, in their 40s, and maybe older. And apparently, he recently started transitioning as well. So, yeah, I know there's a lot of young people right now transitioning because obviously it's more accepted, and obviously if you lived longer before transitioning, you might be more hesitant and everything. So, but yeah, it's an amazing time in history, but for for me with the trans, especially for me right now with trans people all around me, and to hear so many people and just have so much love, it's amazing. It's amazing. Anyways, I'm going to keep investigating. Wait, none of you have an alibi for that time? That's when we split up, or none of us have an alibi for that time. It's when we split up to search for the bombs. Yeah, that's the problem.
Like,
I'm not freaking out like Kazuichi, but I definitely can't stop thinking about it. When the Monokuma timer reaches 0 in 2 days from now, what's going to happen? No, man, I and KF will testify to this. I get distracted so easily. I spent 30 minutes with him talking about movies the other day. Like, the other day. The other stream. Just because I get so distracted and I'll just talk forever. Like, I love it. I said I should be doing something else when streaming instead of playing a video game because yeah, he's right there. um because I just love talking, man. I love it. And I know that's probably not for everyone, so I'm sorry. uh, just listen. It's like, yeah, we're chatting. He can just chill right there. uh, but yeah, definitely per person. I know when I first came out and wanted to transition medically, I didn't know about testosterone, and then the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, yeah, I should. um, Listen, like, yeah, everyone has a topic, but I can talk about everything for so long. I think it like runs in the family, but like it runs in the family because my cousin one time when he was like 10 talked to me about SpongeBob for like an hour and a half, and it was so funny because I didn't want to interrupt him that I grew up. I didn't watch SpongeBob that much growing up, but like I've watched SpongeBob, but he was telling me everything. It was great. It is. He also then started to read a bunch of books, so he told me, like years ago, all about Harry Potter, and then he went about the, um, what is it? The maze, the the Maze Runner. He told me all about the Maze Runner, and he told me all about the movies versus the books, and I'm like, hell yeah, bro. And he just told me all about it. And he's like, oh, I'm a little thirsty. And he goes to get water. He goes, well, it's been 2 hours. And I'm like, yeah, it has. And it's great because we're just sitting there just like, tell us more. Because, like, yeah, if a kid's excited about something or if anyone's excited about something, let them speak. I love it. That's my favorite thing. I mentioned this when I played Resident Evil 7 with someone else. I just love what I call rants. I love it. Passion, exactly. I love it so much. It is almost criminal to interrupt, for sure. For sure. It's almost criminal. Like, it was great. And, like, I was telling the same person, I was telling him that I played Portal 2 for the first time and I finished it at that, like, years and years ago. And he was telling me all about it despite me just saying that I played it. And he's like, oh, did you know this? And did you know the main character's name this? And I'm like, I did. I played the game. And it was so great. And he was so in love with it. Oh, it was amazing. So yeah, our family get-togethers are just passionately talking to each other and trying not to interrupt each other as everyone just starts firing off. When the Monokuma, yeah, what's going to happen? Huh? What's going to happen?
That's obviously wrong.
This rotten school trip is going to end, right? We can finally go back home. Carefree until the end. Does that mean I'm really surprised Soda made it to the end because I haven't seen anyone online post too much about him. Like, I didn't see anything about him. And yeah, I guess he has been very plot relevant though. So maybe I'm not that surprised. Because usually, like Sonia, she didn't really have anything to do with the plot up until now. Kazuichi really moved the plot in like the second one where you're like in the diner with him. You really hung out with not Kaz. Yeah. Soda. You really hung out with him a lot. But I'm kind of surprised he didn't. I don't know why. Again, I just haven't seen anyone talk about him before. What does that mean? I don't think that'll happen. Or you don't think that'll happen. I know how to read. Monokuma might be planning to make us do something after the countdown ends.
Hey, hey,
What do you mean, something?
shut up.
He's making us kill each other, you know? What could be worse than that?
Damn it.
I don't know. But this is Monokuma we're talking about, you know? There's no way that'll end smoothly with a countdown. This will end smoothly with a countdown. Anyway. Like you said before, if we screw up here, it's the end for us. For now, let's focus on the investigation. We'll think about the countdown after we live through this class trial. I will hold on to hope, but also, yes, feed yourself, get water. I don't know what you do, but take care of yourself, always. Number one, I always have a giant cup of water with me, and I always eat before a stream, so yes, good night. You too, man. Thank you so much for the raid. That was you, right? Yes, thank you. So I forgot which one was the leader here. Thank you. Yeah, I know. Then don't bring up strange stuff like that. Do I go into other streams as well? Like, oh, no. I don't know what that is. I watch people. I don't typically chat very often, just because I usually feel like I don't have a lot to say. Or I'm not in a place like at a computer to be watching people, so I watch it afterwards. So if that's what you mean, but also I don't know what you mean. But I never heard of that. She looks like she's deep in thought while staring at the ceiling. What happened? Is there something strange about the ceiling?
Yep.
Yeah, about the sprinkler. That's one of the sprinkler heads that activated to put out the fire.
Well,
You can see the girder? Right, I guess, girder, right? Sure. Sure. Right next to it, right? There. Right there. But it's not right there, it's right there. Ooh, okay. I'll definitely look that up. Oh, that's amazing. I absolutely love that. Honestly, like half the time people show up and their names are absolutely nonsense, and I'm like, I don't know what y- what your pronouns are. You know, like yeah, that would be absolutely amazing. Yes. But yeah, I especially not so much anymore. Especially when I played Tell Me Why with a trans character. A lot of trans people showed up. Um, that definitely would help. Like definitely would make it easier because again, just random names. You don't really know what pronouns to use for people in chat either. So if it also helps with anyone, like if I could see it from anyone, that would be perfect. But also to help with me. Actually, KF was one of the first people to call me a guy, like without me prompting. Well, I guess I did, but like without me right before it prompting it. It was absolutely great. Okay, for sure. Thank you. Yeah, I will definitely do that. I'll definitely look it up. That's not a red streak. That's pink. Can you see the red streak? Huh? Well, clearly it's blood. Okay, for sure, good night. Thank you again. You're right, I definitely see it. It looks like a small red line on the... Yeah, it's not red. On the ceiling girder. Girder? Sure. I still don't know. Perhaps. Is that blood? Blood. Unrelated, because I love chatting. I play an online game where my username is BLOO because it's spelled like blue from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends because my sibling went with cheese from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and it was just we needed to come up with names, so we decided to do that. And since we play together, I decided to go with blue because my name, Basil, starts with a B, so I went with the B name. And but so many people think it says blood. It's really funny that they're like blood. I'm like, who are they talking? And then I realize it's me every single time. I'm like, oh. And it's I don't know. People just misread it all the time. The color definitely looks like blood, but there's no way blood could get up there, right? Plus, it's a straight line. That's why I've been staring at it. I think it's strange. It's definitely strange. I should remember this. It's definitely going to be a key point. Blood on the girder has been added to your truth build section of your handbook. Oh, we can see it. Oh, that's cool. I thought it would just be there in spirit. One of us killed Nagito in such a cruel way. It's too bizarre. I I can't do anything except laugh. We didn't talk to Sonia.
So just as I thought.
If only everyone could go home. Nothing would make me happier. No, we should finish the class trial, then we can think about what will happen after. I still don't trust Sonia. I have no idea why. I don't trust her. I never expected Nagito to die like this. He was always sprouting nonsense about hope, and trying to confuse the hell out of us. But even so, dying like this is just cruel. Also, he wasn't completely useless. Who's gonna lead the trial? Usually he's very combative. I don't know. Usually he's very combative. Usually he is combative, but he moves us in the right direction. We lost a key player in the trial's ground. Anyway, also, he wasn't completely useless. There were times we were only able to reach the truth because of him. But everything good and bad about him is gone. We'll never be confused by him again. We'll never be saved by him again. No, now's not the time to think about unnecessary things. I need to focus on the investigation right now. Oh, it's quite horrifying. His mouth. You can see it. For now, I need to investigate I got the hiccup. For now, I need to investigate everything about this body that catches my eye. Okay, I can't move. Oh boy. Okay, we'll start at the feet. Both of Nagito's legs were tied up. Each rope is tied to a pillar nearby. He wouldn't have been able to move at all. According to the Monokuma file, the wounds on his legs are all stab wounds. Does that mean the killer didn't just tie up Nagito, they also stabbed his legs? Why would the killer do something like that?
Damn it!
At any rate, it's pretty sadistic. The killer must have been holding a huge grudge towards him. Or they might have been torturing him? Torture? I mean, if they just wanted to kill him, they could have just stabbed him once in the chest, right? If you disregard the spear in his chest, the other wounds were inflicted for reasons other than killing. I don't know, man. You stab a thigh correctly, you kill it, man. Like, people are like, oh, shoot him in the leg. Shooting people in the leg can kill them. So, if they're deep wounds, man, the leg wounds can also kill him. Inflicted were, yeah. Which means the wounds all over Nagito's body were from the killer torturing him. If that's the case, what was the killer trying to make Nagito confess? Was it something that would have led to the traitor?
Even so.
Well, even if this was torture, there's no doubt that the killer must have held a deep grudge towards Nagito. So, it boils down to all of us. And Monokuma. Refusing to let him die easily, I could totally understand the dark impulse like that. But even if they held a grudge against him, would they really have gone this far? Torture wounds have been added to your Truth Blood section of your handbook. We saw the spear in the castle! Yeah! I said it was a harpoon, but then I called it a spear. This ending is very odd, though. It's like, maybe spears do have that ending. A spear with a flashy ornament on it, is that the ornament? On it is impaled deeply into Nagito's stomach. There's no way around it. It looks like the fatal wound. Oh, it didn't have cause of death on the Monokuma file. Interesting. Okay, so it's definitely something different. Oh my, what's this? Such a strange looking spear, isn't it? The cord extends from the tip of the handle, and there's an iron. Okay, it's an iron weight. And the iron weight attached to. And there's an iron weight attached to it. I see, I see. Use the cable as a whip to capture the enemy and deliver the final blow with the spear. I guess. I don't know how you do it, but I'm not very good at weapons, so. Is this your first time looking at this too? Of course not. This is the spear from the gunner, right? Oh, it's the spear of. It's a formal title, spear of. You definitely just came up with that now. By the way, I wanted to ask you, where did that spear come from? I feel like I saw it in Nazumi Castle. Yeah, Nazumi Castle. What? Nazumi? Oh, I was like, why doesn't he know? Duh, he doesn't go into that castle. What? Nazumi Castle? I was designed to be afraid of mice, so I can't go in there. Damn you, mice. Damn you all to hell. Oh man. I just watched the episode of The Golden Girls where there was a mouse in their kitchen and Dorothy pleaded for him to walk out the door or out the hole. It was very funny. Because that's exactly how it is. Because it was a field mouse, but just like talking to the mouse like, please just leave. I do that with a possum that's in our garage. Just like, please leave. I'm trying to walk. And sometimes he doesn't care because he's eating something. And I'm like, that's chill. I'll just not go out right now. I see. So he doesn't know that, or he doesn't know what's inside that castle. That's weird. Somebody set this all up, but then nerfed Monokuma by not letting him into that castle. Interesting. Well, more importantly, I need to focus on the investigation. Also, can you tell that I've been watching all of Golden Girls? I'm not very far though. I only ever watched a few episodes here and there, so I don't know much about it, but I decided to start watching it all. And there are a few things that are like, ooh, that aged, but overall, very fun. Well, again, a few things so far. Could get worse. The spear definitely catches my eye, but the weight on the end of the cord coming out of the handle. It looks like that part has blood on it too. But for some reason... that is... Oh, I think I had an idea. But for some reason, the section of cord doesn't have blood on it. It's about the size of a human fist. It's strange that the section of cord doesn't have blood on it. Interesting. Okay, that's I guess could answer a question, but it leads into more. I don't know if I want to say it though. Anyways, also, Chucky mentioned this earlier, but apparently the spear came from Nazumi Castle. It might be better if I confirm that later. Well, clearly someone was holding it. It got released. The blood is on the beam up on the ceiling. But there's blood everywhere, but could Nagito have been holding it himself? Like, waiting to die? So why are we calling it that? Spear of Gun... I guess it's gun... I guess. Gungnir. Has been added to your truth build section of your handbook. Anyways, you know what always threw me off is German. If the last letter is a G, it isn't pronounced, or maybe not just last letter, but the last letter is a G. It's not pronounced like that at all. So it's like super confusing for me. while trying to like spell out something. I'm like, it sounds like this. Like, it's a G. I'm like, it's a G? Why? There's a cut on his upper left arm. Okay. The legs and the right hand have stab wounds, and this wound, but oh yeah, have stab wounds, but this wound looks like a slice. There's probably a reason that the wounds on his left arm doesn't look like, or the wounds on his left, wait, which one's his left arm? Okay, the wound on his left arm doesn't look that deep compared to his other wounds. Well, regardless, it doesn't change the fact that it's a hideous wound, and there's blood everywhere. Okay, so it's a very light, it's a nice light cut. There's something strange. Strange? What?
See?
Look at the palm of his left hand. I think that blood is from where his... Yeah, it looks... I'm trying to keep straight which hand is the left hand. I think the blood is from his left arm the blood is from when his left arm was sliced, but... Doesn't the blood smear look strange? It cuts off right in the middle of his palm. Yeah, this definitely cuts off. Maybe that's as far as the blood could reach when it splattered. Despite it being on his fingertips. Come on, bro, his hand was closed. Well, that would explain the blood on his palm, but... there's something else that's strange. There's something else that's strange. When you flip it over and look at the back of his hand...
Well,
Ah, okay, so we are just explaining it. That means there's definitely more to it. Okay. There's, there's also blood, but only above the middle joint of each of his fingers. You're right. Why is it only on this part?
see?
See? It's just like I said, right? It's strange, right? I win. Yeah, sure, you win. But that's definitely strange. What did the killer do to make the blood splatter like this? Blood on left hand has been added to your truth build section of your handbook. Oh, there was two things there. I didn't realize. Anyways. The knife is stabbed through Nagito's right hand. Did the killer do this? How could they do something like this so cruel? This knife, it must be from the military base. Military base? Someone pointed out that the main characters always just repeat back, but in a question, like, it's from the military base. The military base? It's like, it's so true. It's not like, how do you know? Or it's just like, the military base. I think the first one was worse with it. Now that you mention it, you're right. It looks like a survival knife.
Well,
I know my dad, he would give us precautionary stuff every Christmas. He would like give us survival knives or like things to use if you're attacked, or window breaking things, like things that are might not always be handy but good to have. And he gave us one time a knife, and on one edge of it, I got distracted because of the physical knife. There was a saw part, and it was really interesting. And because I always wanted to try how effective it was, but I never did. I wonder where it is. I think I gave it to my mom when I moved out. I'm like, here's a knife. But I have all the other stuff. I keep it in a bag, and I put it in my car. Just, if anything, if I need it in an emergency, it's in my car. But he gave a lot of stuff like that. So I just got a huge bag of survival stuff. Which, again, is handy if I ever need them. By the way, it seems like the wounds on his legs and left arm were caused by the same knife. How do you know that? I guess, like, you can kind of tell. Which means, after the killer was finished stabbing Nagito's leg and left arm, they stabbed the knife through his right hand.
It cannot be.
And then, they finished him off with the spear.
How cruel.
How cruel. Then, does that mean the killer went to the trouble of using two weapons? A knife and a spear? But they could have just killed him by stabbing him with the knife. But then that would have been too much like the first game. It would have been weird. How did they, why did they use no, why did they need to use the spear at all?
You are right.
Well, they put it in his hand and said, hold it or die. That is definitely strange. Was there a reason they had to use it? The reason they had to use the spear, huh? Survival knife has been added to your truth bullet section of your handbook. I think, yeah, burnt rope. I didn't even realize it was burnt. I was like, oh yeah, he's tied up. Nah, it's burnt. Nagito's right wrist was tied with rope, but it looks like the tip of the rope burned off. Would this be the result of the fire? But that's weird. If the rope was burned off like this, why was Nagito's clothes completely unaffected by the fire when he was so close to the blaze? Okay, so something's up with that. Burnt rope has been added to your truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay, can't move. I think, oh, face. I was like, I think we did the hand. He must have been in great pain. He clearly had this agonizing look on his face when he died. His mouth was covered with duct tape. Was this to keep Nagito from screaming for help?
This is bad.
Jeez, what a terrible look on his face. The blood spatter all over it doesn't help either. That's a good thing his mouth was covered with duct tape. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to look at him. Got a minute? Sorry, excuse me. Try to move past Kazuichi and me. And oh, that's cute. That's like interactive. Like you can kind of see where they are in your mind's eye. Chagi moved past Kazuichi and me and squatted down next to Nagito's face. Ah. That's so horrifying, it's great. Usually, even if they died, kind of knowing it would happen, you don't typically see it on their face. That it's so horrific. Even so, in real life, your face does stay with whatever emotion you were feeling if you die instantly. Yeah. I got told that in middle school by my health teacher who worked with cadavers. Horrifying to learn that. Very, very gruesome. Apparently it was a car crash and they could see it coming, and so their face stayed that way. It was a family. It was, again, don't know why she told middle schoolers that, but it's been in my head ever since. And in one swift movement, she ripped the duct tape off of his mouth. Hey, what are you doing?
It's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fine. I'll put it back right away once I'm done investigating here.
Hey.
Putting the tape back isn't the issue. You ungrateful swine. You're gonna get cursed. The blood on Nagito's face, it seems like it mostly came from the slice on his left arm. A lot of blood splatter. Oh, how deep? Like, they said it wasn't deep, but like, usually, I think, I don't know. A slice usually doesn't squirt like that, I don't think. But to be fair, I guess I didn't really slice a lot of things. So I don't know. Maybe. Came from the slice on his arm. On his left arm. If that's the case. Oh, in the trial, I'm going to mess it up. It's going to be like, which arm was this? And I'm going to be like, I don't know, God. One of them, the one that was sliced, and they're like, wrong. I'm like, okay. Just because I won't remember my left or right. It's no use. She's not listening.
Hey, hey.
Hey, about the blood splattered on his face. There's no blood under the duct tape. What's wrong with that?
Well,
The duct tape has crinkles, and like it was, oh yeah, like it was sticking forward in the middle of his mouth, right? Nagatu was probably desperately moving his mouth under the duct tape. Did you guys ever do that? Where, when I was little, my siblings and I would duct tape our own mouth. You know, like kids do. And yeah, you can, it might take a while, but you can always undo duct tape, because I would see how long it takes to undo duct tape. If you just slobber it enough, it undoes. So you just have to like slobber all over the duct tape. And so I know that. So fun fact, if he just started slobbering on the duct tape, he might have been able to remove it enough that he could scream like out of it. Like it might not be removed on the sides, but his mouth would be free. Fun fact. It's also really gross and because slobber, but that's what I would do when I was a kid. We would put a duct tape on, or at least I did. I think my sibling did it a few times too, with it, like we did it together, but I would just see how long it would take. So yeah, if you just slobber enough on duct tape, you're good. Nagato was probably desperately moving his mouth under the duct tape. Seriously, what's wrong with that? She means Nagato's mouth was covered with duct tape before he got those wounds all over his body. So he tried to shout, which caused the duct tape to get stuck to his mouth a bit. Stuck into his mouth a little bit. But what's wrong with that? Is that something we really need to worry about? It's definitely going to come up in the class trial. Whenever they say it's nothing to worry about, it's something to worry about. I don't really get it, but just put the duct tape back on his mouth already. Oh, also, I completely forgot about it, but I found it in a thrift store yesterday, which was the Lost Boys from, 1987? And I realized that you can't really tell because I'm wearing a Batman shirt I got for when I worked on a church physical like thing where we were building a pathway into the woods. I bought it for that. But anyways, now I use it as a sleep shirt. But anyways, not that you can tell, but it reminded me that we were talking about fashion in my last time I streamed, and I was like, I don't really know where I realized it's gay vampires from the Lost Boys. That's what my look is. The one earring, the bleached hair with the shaved sides. Well, I don't think they have bleached sides. Almost going into a mullet territory now with my hair because I wanted to try out it. Not quite there yet. There's one of them. Marco has patches all on his jacket, and I love patches. I have a jean jacket with a bunch of patches on it. I need to add more patches to it because I bought more. And I realized that I'm like, is this just what I look like? And we realized that when we rewatched it the other day, before I actually found the disc. But yeah, it was very funny that I'm like, God, is this what I look like? And there's like a guy with like shaved sides with green hair, and he's just a background character, and I'm like, I wanted to dye my hair green, and I'm like, oh boy. So I usually dye my hair color, but not for like a year now, just because I haven't. But anyways, I realized that's what I look like. I look like a 80s alternative gay vampire, so. I know they're not technically gay, but like, the creator, not the creator, the director of the movie is. So I'm going to give it to myself that they are gay.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. I am right, they are gay. See? Even Chiaki agrees. Anyways, this might sound like some kind of clue, too. Or, this might be some kind of clue, too. I should remember it. Duct tape has been added to your truth bullet section of your handbook. Horrifying. I guess I'm done with the area surrounding Nagito's body. Jeez, I can't believe I actually investigate such a grisly looking body. I don't think I've ever seen a real dead body. I think I would remember that. So I don't know why I'm questioning myself so much, but I don't think I did. Especially not such a horrifyingly gruesome act. And I'm like, oh boy. Even I'm surprised at myself. Does this mean I'm used to it? My classmate's dead body is right in front of me, and one of my peers is the killer responsible. And I have to investigate his death. We keep saying it's like one of the people are responsible, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess, but like, okay. I have to investigate his death so I can find his killer. Am I used to something so abnormal as that? It would mean I'm becoming abnormal too. Now then, I guess that's enough investigation, I guess that's enough investigating the area behind the curtain. The killer's goal wasn't just killing Nagito. The killer's goal wasn't just killing Nagito. There should have been some other reason as well. If not, they wouldn't have gone through the trouble of tying him with rope and covering his mouth with duct tape. Now, not just that, there's no reason to inflict any wounds other than the fatal one. So, what's the cause? Looks like I better investigate other areas to figure that out. Alright, I should try investigating the other areas inside the warehouse first. Okay. Yes. We're suddenly all outside of it now. Is that why the fog's there, so they don't have it in the background? Pretty cool. Anyways, what do you guys have to say? It looks like the site is completely soaked because of the sprinkler. Even if there was an object, even if there was an important clue here, we'd not be able to notice it. We might not be able to notice it. But it's better than the warehouse burning into the ground. Good thing we were able to put out the fire. We didn't do anything.
Hey.
But there was a lot of smoke. It's a good thing we didn't go inside when we were throwing the grenades.
You are right.
I agree. If we did, we would be... If we did, we would have been caught by the sprinklers and became all wet and soggy. Of course, it's been an hour since the last sexual comment. Of course we couldn't handle it. Misunia's all wet. She's all drenched and soggy. You were thinking that too, or you were thinking that, huh?
Of course not.
I wasn't thinking that at all. I wasn't at all.
Say what?
Why are you responding, Kazuichi? I was asking Hajime. You're screwing with me. Oh my, screwing? How lewd. Yeah, Sonia again, it's totally chill. Like I said this in the first one with Celeste. If you gotta kill someone, that's totally okay. Like, I don't trust you, but that doesn't mean I can't let you do that.
Hey.
Please don't look at me with such fearful eyes. I only imagined it for a second. Kazuichi, you should probably just keep your mouth shut already. Yeah. Well, even though I did say I was gonna freaking kill him,
Hey, hey, hey!
there's no way I would have actually done it. I was just upset, you know? I think almost all of us said we were going to kill him.
Jeez, you're
Did
pathetic.
did Sonia say that too? I don't remember. Well, think about the countdown after we live through the class trial. Looks like Sonia is focusing on investigating the warehouse. Which reminds me, there's something I need to ask her about. Now that we're pretty much finished investigating Nagito's body, I think it's time to talk to her. Hey Sonia, do you have a minute? I don't know what we're gonna say. I forgot. Yes, what is it? I want to talk to you about when that fake bomb Nagito set in the warehouse exploded. Huh? Right before it exploded, you said something like this, right? I was like, was she even there? I know she was late, but... It is alright, it is not a bomb. Oh yeah, okay, she showed up, said that, okay. And then we, fireworks. Why did you know the bombs, why did you know the bombs were a fake? Well... That's not all, either. When we were looking for the bombs, why were you at the military base? I thought you were supposed to be searching the central island. Plus, when I called for you, you didn't come to the factory right away. See, I wanna say that she did it, because I don't trust her. But she's the only one we're pointing fingers at, so it can't be her. Because that would just be like way too straightforward, especially for possibly the last kill, because last time it took 2 chapters and I have no idea if they're going to follow that. But since last time it took 2 chapters, the fact that she has no or she is suspicious, it's like nah. When I called for you, you didn't come to the factory right away. Where were you? What were you doing during that time? Oh my. Do you suspect me? It's a misunderstanding. I'm not the killer. Jesus. Shit. You son of a bitch. Ah, yes. It's Sonia. I am terribly sorry. I was panicking. I shall calm down and explain to you why I was at the military base. When I first explored the final island, I discovered the vast amount of bombs there. Huh? At first, I was worried that someone might use them for nefarious reasons, but if I announced it to everyone. So I kept silent the whole time. Does that mean when you heard Nagito planted bombs, you were suspicious? You got suspicious and went to investigate them. And, as I suspected, the bombs had disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found. And, sorry. And because you were searching for them, you were late when we all gathered. And because of that, I've reached a conclusion. The bombs Nagito brought were from the military base, which means they were fake bombs. How did you find out that the bombs at the military base were fake? Because I attempted to use one. What? I thought one of the bombs would be strong enough to blast open the door to the ancient ruin. At the time, I still believed the bombs were real. And I thought that I could use one of them to sorry, just imagine she's just carrying it and no one saw her from Island 5 to Island 2. That's like, let's say 35, generously, 35 minutes of walking with a bomb big enough or strong enough that she thought she could blow up the heavily guarded door. So she's just carrying this giant bomb. No one saw a thing. And also, like, I don't know. That's very humorous. Anyways, I still don't trust her, but it's very humorous. And again, there's no reason. It's just she doesn't. Maybe if I hung out with her, there would be more to her, but as it stands, there's like nothing to her in my playthrough. So it's like, why are you? How are you here? Why are you here? And I thought I could could use one of them to gain entry to the ancient ruin. Oh, that doesn't look like.
However, that plan was an unsuccessful.
Look, there's a little Manami. That's definitely going to be important. Anyways, it doesn't look very big, but okay, never mind. Just never mind. She's just holding a tiny thing. I was expecting something more grand looking or impressive. Anyways, the plan was an utter failure.
The bomb was not real. It was merely a fireworks display. God damn it, all to hell!
One of my friends, I went to university overseas, but my friend and I would speak English because I knew more. Well, duh. I knew more English, but she knew more English than I did. And so what happened was when we were coming out of a concert, she goes, "That was light," and I was like, "Light?" She goes, "Yeah, like it's like light," and I'm like, "I know," and she was like, like cool, and I'm like, and she goes, "LIT," and I'm like, "Lit," and she goes, "That was lit," and I'm like, "Yeah, hell yeah." She goes, "Tell me more expressions," and I'm like, "Oh, okay," and it's funny because she was amazing at English, but I guess, especially if she only ever seen it written out, she never knew it was lit, and so I didn't know what to say, and I'm like, I know like southern sayings, I know certain like other random sayings, but like it was very funny because she really expected something, but it was the funniest thing, and I love it so much. Oh, absolutely loved her. She was amazing. One of like top tier people on this planet for sure.
I see. So that's why you're the only one who knew the bombs at the military base were fake.
I did. As did Monami as well. She was also secretly peeking at the bomb.
Secretly, well, not very well.
Which means...
If those bombs were the same ones that disappeared, it would mean Nagito took them. That is why I knew it was a fake. However, I did think it was strange when Nagito blew up the hotel lobby. Kazuichi clearly had some problems, and we all have hearing problems. They mentioned that. They mentioned our ears ringing. The bomb was real, and I could not stop thinking about it. But, upon further reflection, it might have been Nagito's plan all along. He showed us a real bomb to make us believe that the bombs he set were real as well. There's no one here. Even so, when Nagito's reaction was extremely even so, then Nagito's reactions, nope, it just says actions. Then Nagito's actions were extremely calculated. But the problem is his reason for doing it. With this, I have explained everything.
Do you have a minute?
There should be no more reason for you to doubt me. You're right. I got it. Sonia's account has been added to your truth build section of your handbook. I'm going to mute myself so I can move my mic so I can chug some water. Yeah, I realize that I have a doctor's appointment coming up. I just realized that I just realized that they have reflections on the floor. Look at that. Ooh. That's cool. That's really cool. Anyways, I have a doctor's appointment coming up, but it's a video call. And I realized normally I just sit here because this is where I have a camera. But now I have an external mic and I don't like the look of it. So I'm like, oh no, I'm going to look like a gamer. Anyways, I mean, like, I do play games, but my doctor doesn't need to know that. Anyways, oh, was there a Monokuma somewhere? Maybe in the back room. I didn't notice it. Who did I talk? I think I went this way, right? It mattered, or yeah, mattered for Gundam's killing and Mikon's. But it looks like the time doesn't matter this time. It clearly written in the Monokuma file that the estimated time of death was noon sharp. But we all split up before noon to search for the bombs, which means no one has an alibi. Yeah, that's the problem. Okay. Right, music was... I was already forgot that. There is an MP3 player. There's even a speaker plugged into it. But why is this here?
Maybe.
It looks like the weird music was playing from here. You know, the music that was blaring when the fire started? Yeah, you're right. Looks like it busted, or it looks like it's busted from getting drenched by the sprinklers. There's no mistaking it. The music, or that music was playing from that, whatever, MP3 player. I don't disagree with that, but why was the killer playing music from this? MP3 player has been added to your truth blood section of your handbook. What else is there? I think that's just the back, so... The Monokumas... Huh? There's a lot of tipped over Monokuma panels. The panel near the curtain of the back is tipped over and burned. Oh, they're burned. Okay. Tipped over and burned. Did the fire do that? But why were they scattered like this? The last time I came here, I seem to recall... Ah, yes, they were over there. They should have been neatly put away. Maybe we're the ones who made this mess.
See?
Look, the tipped over panel by the entrance is really close to the door, right? So, maybe the reason these panels are tipped over is... It's fine, I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem. Seriously, it'll be fine. With those words, Akane brushed everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. Huh? It's not opening. Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it. I knew it. It's a trap. Seriously, just stop it, okay? Don't tell me didn't I tell you it'll be fine? I'm just going to use a little more force. What happened to opening it slowly? Akane ignored their protest, and with a mighty kick, the door flung open. I feel like we could have used less of a scene there, but maybe it's more important. Could it be? Was that it?
Well?
And there's something else I've been wondering. Why were they burnt like that? And why was some of them perfectly burnt and some were not even half burnt? I think that was just a design choice. I don't think that was like a clue. These Monokuma panels are tipped over standing from the entrance to the back of the warehouse, right? They seem to be laying on top of each other in a straight line. Yeah, compared to the other tipped over panels, that line is the only one that's neat and orderly.
So...
Isn't this clearly strange? Strange. That means we can speculate this was done intentionally. Monokuma panels have been added to your truth blood section of your handbook. Right. It's pretty much, I've pretty much finished looking for clues inside the warehouse. I was able to find some clues, but there are still so many, there are still so, there's still so many things I don't understand yet.
Hold it.
You look worried. Yeah, I am.
Well,
At the, at a time like this, it might be good if we broadened our investigation range. You mean, it's good to investigate other places as well. She might be right. There's several things I got a text message. It was from my sister. Anyways, she might be right. There's several things I've been wondering about besides the crime scene. The military. Cool. That's what she says. The military base that Sonia mentioned. The plushie factory next door. The text message from my sister. She's asking if she can use the bathroom. Because she's like, are you going to bed? I'm like, no. She's like, okay. I'm like, okay. Nezumi Castle, where the spear originally came from. And Nagito's room, too. I haven't been in Nagito's room. I cannot believe. This happened with the first game, too. I was like, I'm going to hang out with everyone, but I knew who died up until the second trial. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to hang out with Junko. And then I forgot. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to hang out with, because I like, she's endgame for sure. I'm going to hang out with, she's the detective, silver hair. We're going to hang out with her too. But I forgot. I didn't do it. Well, I didn't forget. With that one, it was that she disappeared for the 5th chapter, and I couldn't hang out with her. But now with Nagito, I'm like, oh, I'm going to hang out with him. I was going to hang out with him, I think, next. Or now? No. Yes, because I was in between him and Sonia. I think I hung out with Sonia, but it was very, very baseline. It wasn't anything special. That's more like the 3rd hangout, when you get deep lore. And Nagito's room, too. My sister types, are you winning, son? Obviously. They said sister, right? Yeah, okay. Don't need to accidentally mess up. Anyway, she said, are you winning, son? In Nagito's room. If I'm going to understand the reason for his actions, I need to know more about him. I'm pretty sure the others have already finished investigating.
can you hear me?
Yo, you guys, isn't it about time we leave this place and try exploring the other areas too? In response to Chiaki, the others gathered around her.
I see.
Is that a Monokuma I can click? Or is that just one of his statues? Because the other one, his eye was red, right? No, yeah, this eye was red. So I can't tell. I agree. I was thinking about proceeding to another area. It seems we had the same idea. But is it safe? There won't be anyone to guard the crime scene.
Yep.
We don't have a choice. There just aren't enough of us. Besides, we investigated all we can here. I guess you're right.
See?
Also, it looks like the clues we found aren't enough to piece this incident together. So, we need to search, for them in other areas. Probably. Well, alternatively, if there aren't any clues in other areas either, we just have to give up completely. You don't really need to say that.
Hey!
Then it's okay if we leave this place. It's okay. I don't know how to do a robot deep voice. There's no time for us to stand around here. In order to survive, There's no other way to except to do it. In order to survive, we need to find Nagito's killer. If we don't sacrifice that person, no one can survive. That's our reality. That's why there's no time for us to stand around here. Tip, 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 tip. I want to go back. I want to click on the Namakuna? The Monokuma. No, okay. Are you a Monokuma? Okay. I don't think any of these Monokumas are ours then. I'm going to look in the back first. Listen, I really don't want to miss a Monokuma. I don't see him. I think we should be fine. Just going to leave Nagito's body there. Oh, see these. I wanted to click on these guys, but we can't see them. What happened? Didn't you go to investigate somewhere else? There's something at the back of my mind. I'm feeling unsure about something. What is it? Didn't I just say it's in the back of my mind? That's why I can't explain it. The sound, the smell when you went inside here, when we went inside here, it's just not clear. She's the type to have something in her mind just because of her gut feeling, huh? Akane's gut feeling. Previously, that feeling of hers helped us help us find a lot of things by accident. It's almost like some kind of feral instinct. Yeah, okay, I can't do anything. Okay. I'm assuming our little Monokuma, it's our last one. I have all the other Monokumas, so I do not want to miss it. You know what, just to be sure, I'm going to go back inside the factory. Oh, Sonia. Have you seen a Monokuma around here that is different? I have never seen so many Monokumas in my life. Well, Monokuma isn't exactly someone you would normally run into. However, while I was staring at all these Monokumas, a thought occurred to me.
Well?
The bomb that went off in the lobby might have been set up here. Huh?
Do you have a minute?
If you hide a bomb inside of a Monokuma plushie, it would be a most frightening weapon. Do you think the group that was forced us to kill each other would have devised something like that? A plushie bomb is an act of terrorism. Let us rip these apart right away so we can. Oh my goodness, there was even a life-size plush in the escape room though. That's pretty cool. Let's rip these apart so we can confirm it. Oh, hold on. If they're like, I don't know why, it just like re-hit me. I'm like, wait a second. Because they're good at tying things into each other, and I knew that, but I completely forgot. I know I mentioned it before too. If there was a bomb inside one of these, wouldn't it explode if we carelessly messed with it? Either way, it is all gravy. All gravy? What the hell does that mean?
Enough already!
Nah, that makes sense. It's all gravy. I think I even heard that before. Stop, there's no bomb.
Hey,
You'll know if you just... okay. You'll know if you just pick me up, see? All you feel is a soft weighted cotton. But that's not true. In the first one, you were a machine. And had a bomb in you.
I see.
You are right.
However,
Then, where did Nagito obtain a bomb he used?
who knows?
I wonder. If I'm going to give you guys a hint, then you should know it wasn't from the military base.
What?
To tell you the truth, the bombs there are all fakes.
Please wait.
I know that already. You should have said so earlier.
No.
Well, I thought if I kept quiet, it would foreshadow that a killing was going to happen. That's why I'm just now telling you for the first time. I feel so relieved. But if the bombs wasn't from the military base or this factory, then he brought it from the Octagon.
Well done.
I must say, you have a good eye there, Sonia. Putting a bomb inside one of my plushies seems like a splendid idea. Let's try it.
That is...
Is my room going to explode? Because I keep collecting the little dolls. Did I say something I shouldn't have said? It's not your fault. Don't worry about it. Oh, okay, so this was important. Ha, I win. Monoguma's account has been added to the Truth Build section of your handbook. I think let me click. This reminds me, when we saw Nagito's video message on this laptop, is he still watching us from somewhere? If he's not, then how did he time this message so perfectly? No, it looks like the video was set up to play after the explosion by a wireless signal from the detonator. But why did he have to use a video message? That's the one thing I don't get. He was a little tied up at the moment. Haha. It wasn't as funny because I forgot what the expression was. I was like, busy. At the time, Nagito should have always been killed, or should have already been killed, which means the video was recorded in advance. That's right. Besides that video, there might be data on this laptop that could be used as a clue. With that thought in mind, I tried messing around with the laptop, but it's no use. It's locked. There's no way I can examine this. But if it's locked, then maybe there really is something inside. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Apparently the bombs were stuffed. Yeah, were stuffed on this truck were actually fireworks. That reminds me, this bomb looks like it came from the military base. Nagito must have brought it from there. Other than that, there's nothing in particular that catches my eye. Oh, we still can't go in there? The break room is on the other side of this door. This is where we obtained the fire grenades. Anything inside? Huh. There's nothing on the floor that looks like a clue. Not even trash. Okay. Yes. Outside. God, where are we going? Nizumi Castle. Nagito's room. Military base? Maybe? I don't think we need a feud venue. No, I don't think so. I don't think the industries are helpful either. Yeah. I think just the military base on this island, maybe. I don't even know if that's true. Damn it. This dangerous place is the reason all of this messed up stuff is happening. Leaving guns out in the open is totally dangerous. Seriously, they gotta take better care of these. It's easy to say that, but there's no one on this island who can do that. Maybe there's nothing here. Okay, nope, okay. There should still be things here that I would like, or I need to confirm. A huge supply of guns and other firearms were stuffed inside the truck bed. Whoa, I found it. Huh, what did you find? Well, the truck bed over there has guns in it, but I also found stuff like this. Like, oh nope, that's me. A survival knife? Wait, that's... Isn't that the same type of knife that was stabbed through Nagito's right hand?
Maybe.
Which means the killer obtained the knife here.
All right.
So the killer is someone who visited this military base at least once. That's everyone, though. No, not me. It's the first time I've been here. That sounds fishy. It does sound a little fishy. Okay. Okay, never mind. Okay. When I tried looking through the truck bed, it's empty. There's nothing here. When I first came here, there was something on the truck bed, which means Sonia was telling the truth.
However,
And, as I suspected, the bombs has disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found. Can we see a flashback? Because I don't remember them. Like, I don't remember what it looked like. But did Nagito know the bombs were real? Or weren't real? That, it's possible that he knew they were, or it's possible that he thought they were the real thing. No, never mind. He said so much as in his video message. So, were you surprised? Seriously, think about it. Did you really think there was enough bombs to blow up an entire island? Even if there were, a guy like me would never be able to use them. You knew the bombs were fake. Monoguma did say he never told anyone before, though. He knew the bombs were fake. He only did what he did to weed out the traitor. No. Is that really it? Did Nagito only do that to expose the traitor? Maybe there was a different motive behind his actions. Okay, now? Yeah. Yeah. They need a little checklist of what to do, so I don't mess up. Little pig. What a good little pig. But yeah, they need a little checklist of everywhere I need to check out. I don't know which way is the quickest way, but we'll go this way. Nope, for sure that's the wrong way. This way is definitely the quickest way. Because we're going to his place, which is first island. The castle, which is second island. Unless this is the fourth one, but it is not. Because I'm amazing. Oh, the first island. How I missed you. Yeah, this farm, the ranch, sorry, didn't really come in handy, but it did show magic literally existed, so... Because I was like, oh, it could be magic, and then I was like joking, but I'm like, wait, we literally saw. First person again. Oh, you know what? Probably the to-do list has everyone in one place, doesn't it? Yeah. So, like... Yeah, duh. It does. It's a game mechanic. Did we see Sonia at the plushie factory? Oh, I might have messed up already. Well, it is what it is. I'm annoyed. What happened? I'm annoyed. What are you annoyed about? I want to investigate Nagito's cottage, but I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed. I don't really understand, but you can't investigate Nagito's... I don't really understand, but you can't investigate Nagito's cottage. Maybe I should try investigating Nagito's cottage. It's locked. Apparently. We can't go inside thanks to that. I'm annoyed. There's nothing I can do. I'm going to investigate another area. What are you going to do? I'm going to look for Monokuma. He might help, or he might open it for us. Then let me know when you can go inside.
Yep.
Yep, got it. Oh. I can't do this yet? Okay. Yeah, we gotta wait until she finds Monokuma. Okay. Just a bunch of running. This way. This way? Yeah, this way. Wait. We weren't going to the ancient ruins. We were going to the castle. To the 4th island? I might go talk to Sonia on the 5th island first. Which is annoying, I know, but it is what it is, okay? I know you can fast travel, but how many levels can you get? It's more fun. As I say, as I'm bored running. This way? No, it was this way. Where is she? She was inside. We already did that. Oh, she was inside. I thought it said she was outside. We did talk to her, and no one corrected me. I should just fast travel. Oh, God. Okay. You know it's too late when you forget that you talked to people before. Okay. To the castle. Then I guess his room. And I wanna... Okay, I don't know if it would let me. I want to see if I can click the giant... This. Nope. Okay, never mind. Psych. I wanted to see if they would let me interact with the giant bomb. To the castle. We didn't even see a mouse. Ridiculous.
Yo.
Look at that wall of spears. I guess it's obvious where the weapon came from. A spear with a flashy ornament. I guess. With a flashy ornament on it is hanging from the wall. The spear is definitely it, right?
I see.
Just as I thought. It looks like the spear that killed Nagito. The same whip-like cord that attaches to the handle and its weight at the end of it.
Also,
Plus, it looks like one of the spears on the wall is missing. There's no mistaking it. The killer took one of the spears and used it as a weapon. Spear of Gunner, huh? Sure. Monokuma would totally come up with a lame name like that. But why did the killer use spear and a knife?
well, yeah.
Yeah, they could have just killed him with a knife, but it would have been easier too. And it would have been easier too. There's no way a spear like this, or the spear like this, with this unnecessary cord on it, would be easy to use. Yeah, it definitely looks hard to wield, except that it comes from the ceiling and was tied up, and that's the whole reason. But still, they chose the spear for a reason. What could that reason be? Oh, the music. It's dying out. I feel a little tired. No matter how much I investigate, I don't feel any closer to the truth. I wanted to look at what the song title was called. All-Star Apology. I love it. It's so nice. I don't feel any closer to the truth. That's probably why I feel this way. I'm feeling this strange feeling that I never felt before. As if Nagito was trying to make us suffer, even after he died. Because he's just a little punk. But anyways, our first character was really tired and sick too. Or was really tired and was sick, but it didn't really amount to anything. I was like, oh, what's going to happen? Is he going to get sick? Is he going to die? Is it going to be a thing? Is he getting poisoned? But it's like, nope. He just was. Well, now's not the time to be thinking about stupid things like that. I haven't even investigated his cottage yet. It's too early to start complaining. Okay, but the last line spoken out loud, oh, I guess is I feel a little tired. I was going to be like, it was him talking about the spear, and just imagine the next line is like, well, that's stupid. And it's like, okay. It's too early to start complaining. If we investigate this place, we might be able to find some kind of clue. All right, let's go. And back to the music. That's it? That's it? Okay. The spear with the flashlight, yeah. It looks like the spear is missing. Okay.
Well,
Okay,
yeah.
so that just is the same. It's the password to enter the ancient ruin, but the most important part is erased. Nagito was the only one who found out the password written here, and he apparently went missing, apparently went inside, but he went missing. God, my brain. Oh, God. Okay. We got this. We got this. Just until the end of the investigation. I was too busy thinking about, I was going to say it would have been interesting if he managed to, with his blood, leave a message like the first kill in the first game. But then I just got distracted with that. But I don't think he did. But it would be interesting because he's the only one that went there, so that's why I thought it was important. But of course, we still don't have the passcode. Or password, I guess. Could be anything. Nagito was the only one who found out the password written here, and he apparently went inside. But now that he's dead, are we unable to get the password? No. Oh, that's a lot more detail than we could see before. No, we should deal with that later. Right now, investigating the case comes first. We never seen it like this. That was more detailed. Can I leave? Oh, okay. I thought I had to stay. I'm really scared I'm going to miss the Monokuma. The final Monokuma. But I've been here before. So I don't think he's here. My best guess is that he's in the ancient ruin. Where am I going? Okay. Not there yet. We just did that. And we did that. And we did that. Why am I running that way? I'm going to run back to his cottage, I guess. Would be the best guess. I hope I'm not wrong. Just imagine, just like, we're just running around for no reason. If I do that, I'm going to just start fast traveling. Don't know where else to look. Unless back at Nagito, and he did write the secret. Yeah, if he's not here, I'm going to fast travel to the body. See if he did leave it. Nope. Okay. Let's talk to Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh my, you want to go inside Nagito's room too?
Hajime. What are you gonna do?
I was just listening to Chaki's request. She wants me to unlock the door to Nagito's cottage because she really needs it for the class trial. She begged me to do it while she was licking my black eye. I didn't do that. Then do it. Then do it. It's sweet because it's made out of black beans. Hey, we don't have time to mess around. Hurry up and unlock the damn door.
Fine.
Fine, fine. I guess I have no choice. I'm going to do that, huh? Or do that right. Now then.
Bye-bye.
How do you open the door, my dude? See? I've opened the door. You can freely investigate now. This isn't my first time seeing that, but why does the door open with, like, why does the door open with a spell like that?
Perhaps.
Maybe the cottage key is computerized?
Hey.
More importantly, let's go inside now that the door is let's go inside now that the door is open. Yeah, you're right. Just imagine he has a whole bunch of weapons everywhere. He didn't need the octagon. Ah, there's the Monokuma. I see him. I see the Monokuma. So, Nagito was living here. What was he thinking inside this room? What was he feeling as he spent his days here? I can't even imagine. Nothing. He's one of those people that he sees a bed and he instantly passes out. Waiting to see absolute hope, becoming despair, so he could act as a stepping stone for the rest of us. No matter how much I think about it, I just don't understand him at all. I had a dream last night that I had a leak from my ceiling, and it might be because our ceiling was broken because of a snowstorm that happened, and it ruined the ceiling, so maybe it's like residual from that. But I just remember going, I'm trying to figure out the ghost that lives in my room's name. I think it's David. I haven't tried David yet. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, because it starts with a D. And I'm like, Dream, what the hell are you talking about? I don't even, there's no, there's no ghost in my room. There's no ghost named David. So I woke up and I'm just like, what the hell, bro? Anyways, I was thinking about sleeping. So anyways, just like now I'm like, maybe there is a ghost in my room named David and he wants me to know his name's David. And that, by the way, David, the ghost, in my dream had nothing to do, I think, with the spill in my ceiling. But maybe he did, but I just remember being like, oh man. Because, okay, so there was a hole in the ceiling, but it was spilling out water, like there was a leak. But anyways, very funny, because now just a ghost named David. No matter how much I think about it, I just don't understand him at all. I don't even know if he truly believed that. He was especially weird these past few days. What changed him? Maybe the clue that might be hidden here as well. I wonder if it's this really obvious box. The final Monokuma.
No.
I forgot they were dressed like that. Yeah, hell yeah. Okay. Oh man, should I click on his bed? Is that what's important? It's the bed that comes with the cottages. It looks like the one in my room, but
Hey, hey.
maybe there's something hidden underneath his bed. It's a usual place for hiding things. Yeah, like porn. Well, we should just check, just in case. I have a bunch of t-shirts under my bed. And button-up shirts. I have my shirts under my bed. With no expectations, and without thinking, I peeked under the bed and... Huh? There's something here? I was joking. It's a plastic bag from the supermarket. It looks like there's something inside. Nagito, the heck were you into? What is this? It looks like a gas mask and rubber gloves. Those look like the real deal. Did you get these from the military base? A gas mask and rubber gloves. He was hiding these under his bed. What did Nagito use this stuff for? A gas mask and gloves has been added to your truth bullet section of your handbook.
Hajime.
Hajime, was there anything else under the bed? Let's see. I didn't expect anything. I peeked under the bed once again and started looking around the area where I found the supermarket bag and... Huh? There's a small piece of paper on the floor. A piece of paper made of blue aluminum. How do you pronounce it? There's aluminum and then there's aluminium. I said it. It's aluminium. It's supposed to be aluminum. I think it's supposed to be harder than aluminium, but clearly not for me. I wouldn't say it's paper then if it's aluminium. A round piece of aluminum, huh? It's similar to the seals that go over jars of unopened mayonnaise. I always think of Nutella. I grew up with Nutella in my life, so we would always have the gold seal on Nutella that we would poke open, and that would be because I would be the one doing it because I would eat Nutella left and right. It was like I would just eat spoonfuls of Nutella when I was a kid, real healthy. It's similar to those seals that go over jars of unopened mayonnaise. I get what you're saying, but does that mean this is a piece of trash? Or just a piece of trash?
Time out.
Huh, who knows? We're getting a lot of new sound bites from Jackie. It might be too soon to decide. Or to decide that. Piece of blue paper has been added to your truth bullet section of your handbook. Well, this is definitely going to be, like, the final nail in the coffin. Like, it's going to be the most important clue. Anyways, now is the TV going to be important? Oh wait, no, we don't do the TV. Okay. Chalky, the window. I don't think the window has anything to do with it. It's a basic layout, just like my cottage. Just nothing out the window that really catches my eye. Okay. There's a lot of books arranged here. Did Nagito bring these from the library? In addition to books, there's a bunch of random crap stuff inside the shelf. It may take a lot of time for us to thoroughly go through that stuff.
Hey, hey.
Let's just leave it for later. Yeah, I agree. Wait, he gets a fridge? I'm sorry, I want a fridge. But no. But he gets a fridge? I don't know why I would want a fridge, but in my cottage. Especially since the kitchen or the restaurant is like right there. There's a refrigerator.
Huh?
No, I can see it. I want a mini fridge in my room, and all I want in it is water, so to be fair, you know, like I wouldn't need a full fridge, but a mini fridge, yeah. Nice. My cottage doesn't even have a refrigerator. I wonder where he got it from. Like, he'd have probably supplied it himself. Why would he go to the trouble of putting a refrigerator in his room? Does he really enjoy cold drinks? Or mayonnaise? As I talked with Chiaki, I opened the fridge out of curiosity. That's worse than looking under his bed. Never mind, there's poison. Monokuma's special poison, for poisoning use only. There really isn't much inside. The only thing inside the refrigerator was a brown bottle. He got poisoned. He somehow died of poison because they didn't say what he died from, and since it wasn't the clear spear, it clearly was poison. For someone who likes cold drinks, it doesn't really look like he's stocked very much. But the bottle isn't a drink, right? The one that says poison? No. Really? It looks like some kind of dietary supplement to me, like protein powder maybe. Ooh, and we're tying it back into the previous game. Interesting. Oh, interesting. If it is like the first one. Interesting. Because okay, here's my hot thought. I was gonna say hot take, but then my brain is like thought, but I was still saying hot. Anyways, here's my thought. If he got poisoned just enough to become weak, and he lets go of the spear himself, the person that set him up to die, are they still a killer? I mean, morally, yes, but Monokuma-ly, maybe not. But it's his own poison, so it'd be weird. Who else would have known he had poison? But they were tying it a lot back with the protein powder. We're tying it a lot back to Sakura's case, so I wonder what's up with that. It looks like some sort of dietary supplement to me. Protein powder, maybe? I took the brown bottle out of the fridge and started reading the label. Exclusively made for poisoning someone to death. Hey, this is...
Could it be?
Yeah, it's poison. Looks like it's poison. Poison. Looks like there's a warning label on the back. Looks like there's a warning label on the back. Let's examine it in a little more detail. But be careful that the bottle doesn't drop. Be careful with the bottle. Don't drop it. Stop it. If you're worried like that, I'm going to get nervous. I grabbed the bottle with my trembling hand, began reading the warning label on the back of the bottle. Poison. I would be like, I'm gonna go get those rubber gloves for a second, like, just be overly cautious. Just like, hold on. Just to be safe. Poison made especially for poisoning, or especially for killing someone. Especially made for killing someone. It's Monokuma's special poison. Either it's completely nonsense and there's no poison in it, or we're explicitly saying it's poison so you don't think that. This enchanted liquid, oh, it's a liquid, not a powder this time. This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Though it is though its velocity sure is low, the liquid is very dangerous when evaporated. In the gaseous state, it is heavier than air, and it breaks down in minutes, and is susceptible to hydrolysis. So it is possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications. Okay, so it's in the air. evaporated. There was a fire. Bada bing, bada boom. Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place in a glass or plastic container away from sunlight. This sure does look like a chemical made solely for poisoning someone to death. I think the thing is, the more precise they try to make it, and like the more complicated the kill is like this, the more it's like, unless I'm completely wrong, it kind of gives it one option. It kind of feels very, like, I think the more that they try to make it a mystery and like random objects is like, okay, well, the more we're kind of funneling it in. This refrigerator must be, and I probably am completely wrong and I'm going to look like a fool, but anyways, this refrigerator might be here to keep the poison secure. But where did Nagito get something like this?
Well,
The question could apply to the bomb that he used at the hotel, too. Apply to the bomb?
see?
There should be a reason Nagito was able to obtain such dangerous items. The octagon inside the funhouse. This poison, he must have brought it with him from... See, again, last chapter feeds into this chapter. I really like that. Because I think the other ones were very like, it happened, it happened, it happened. But now with this one, it's like this whole game, it feeds into like this, like he went into the fun house. That's how we figured stuff out. I mean, the whole taking over for him was a little like weird. We never had that before, but like feeds into each other. Like that stuff feeds into this chapter. Really nicely done. This poison, he must have brought it with him from there too, right?
Perhaps.
He was probably hiding them somewhere on his body during the last class trial. He was hiding a bomb and poison during the class trial? Jeez, how dangerous. What would he have done if he accidentally tripped and broke the bottle? Just thinking about it scares me.
Hey.
Also, he already blew up the bomb he took with him in the lobby. Oh, at the lobby. Well, what about this poison? Huh?
See?
It looks like the bottle is less than half empty. Wait, you mean half full? If it's less than half empty, I would associate it with mainly full. Like, it's less than half of the bottle empty, so it would be mostly full. But I think what they're saying is it's mostly empty, and it's less than half. Was it like this from the beginning? Or did Nagito use it? If so, where did he use it? I wonder, is there still a trap somewhere that hasn't been sprung yet? I wonder, I don't think anything was cold yet, because it said store in refrigerator, obviously, so I wonder if it's something cold. Another trap.
Perhaps.
For example, maybe he was making some kind of trap using this poison before he died. If that really exists, it'd be real bad. It could potentially kill everyone on this island. Everyone on this island? What the hell? Nagito, are you still trying to make us suffer? Are you still trying to make us suffer even after you've died? Monokuma's special poison has been added to your truth build section of your handbook. Like, I wonder if you go inside the ancient ruin, if it's just like freezing cold, I'm like, there's poison here. Anyways, I wonder if this box has anything to do with anything. A fancy looking treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights is totally standing out. Could this be? Could you let me know if you find my treasure? It is a magnificent treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights. It looks like something.
Perhaps.
It looks like something my sister would own. Oh, I don't want to be mean. Oh, also talking about my sister and talking about something really cutesy. We went to Target for my sister's birthday because I was picking up some stuff. And we never had the chance, but my siblings and I play Animal Crossing all the time with each other. It's just what we do. We sit in the living room and we just play Animal Crossing together. And when I was there, I realized there was amiibo cards, but not the new ones that came out with the new villagers, like with Sasha. That's the only one I know. We never used amiibo cards before, or amiibos in any sense. But we went there, and there was the the Sanrio packet. So we bought a Sanrio packet. Well, we didn't know if you could use them only once, so we actually bought multiple. So anyways, we got a Sanrio packet for my sister. And she went and she was using it, and I used it for 2 of them so far. And I haven't bought them all yet because they give you like 8 items. I just invite them to my cafe. I don't need them in my village. Island, I guess. Anyways, I've invited them for coffee. And yeah, we talked to them, and they let you buy a bunch of items in your phone store. And so I went to my little, whatever the shopping store is, and I'm buying all this stuff, and it's so cute. It's adorable. So I only have 2 people's items, because again, if they come with 5 items, and you can only buy 5 items per day, then I didn't need to put more than 2 in. So I only bought the 2 people's stuff, but it's so cute. Oh, it's adorable. And one of them, I don't remember what his name was, but I think he was frog themed. He has the little rain boots with a frog on it, and he's so silly. He's so adorable. He's so adorable. And oh boy, it's so adorable. Like, I don't really know Sanrio, but it was adorable. Adorable stuff. That treasure box. Chucky, you know about this?
Yep.
Oh yeah, so I have no idea why there was the Sanrio packets there, so I'm like, hey, the Sanrio packets, and the lady working there was like, because we were there asking for the other packet, we wanted just the villagers, so we were talking about that, and she goes, yeah, we have the Sanrio packets, we don't know if we'll ever get the other stuff, the other packets. I never seen any of them, but these just came in randomly, and I was like, oh, okay, so my specific target, I guess, never had any of the other packets, and since we never used them before, I never thought about it. So I asked her, and yes, she only ever seen those, and they just randomly came in. And it's really cute. It's really cute stuff. Oh, she says the same thing. It's really cute. Oh, she was just reacting. It looks like Monami's stolen treasure box. If this is here, that means the thief Monami was talking about was Nagito. But why would Nagito steal this? In order to find out, it might be good to see what's inside.
Hold it.
Is it really going to be okay? It looks like, or it looks a little dangerous. It might be, but this could be some kind of clue, you know? If this wasn't important, Nagito wouldn't have stolen it from Monami in the first place. I turned back towards the treasure box and cautiously opened the lid. General purpose notebook. Oh, it's Asami because it was before she got transformated. Sure, transformed. Inside there's a notebook. This is it? Why is a notebook inside a treasure box? Like, ugh, inside of a treasure box, like it's important. Like it's something important. One time I shoved a Barbie inside my treasure box, like into a box, and I'm like, this is important. It was a cigar. It was a cigar box. Because my dad found old cigar boxes. Oh god, where did that cigar box go? Oh man, I was really cool. My great granddad had a not a suitcase, a briefcase. And I also watched Yu-Gi-Oh! So obviously briefcases are cool. I mean, Seto Kaiba had a briefcase. So we had a briefcase. Sorry, that probably was really annoying. I didn't think about it. Anyway, so so we had this briefcase, and it was embroidered. No, it had his initials on it, and inside of it was just all of it, not all of them, all of the repeat Pokemon cards that we did not want. So it was a whole bunch of water cards. I feel like I told this before. A whole bunch of water cards inside of a very, very old, very, very nice briefcase. Brown, maybe leather on the outside, but a really nicely made briefcase. Again, his initials, oh, is so nice. And yeah, it just had all of our throwaway Pokemon cards, because I have, right here on the shelf, we have binders with all of our Pokemon cards that we put all the Pokemon, and we have the best one that we like in the front, and then multiple in a sleeve. And if they didn't fit in one, like, sleeve, we have multiple sections. And god, I hate that we did that, but we gave... No, we don't have the Pokemon cards. Sorry. We used to have the Pokemon cards in a Pokemon binder, but we gave them to my cousin, who then they gave away after years of them destroying them. Even so, we had a very, very nice, shiny... Not shiny. A really nice Surfing Pikachu, and we had a bunch of very nice cards that were like originals that we put and we took care of inside of sleeves, even so we were children. And my heart breaks because I can't believe we got rid of them. I can't believe we let those guys get it. Our cousins were notoriously breaking things. We gave them a DS before. They returned it from their trip down to somewhere, some state, multiple states down, and then they came back, didn't have the charger. They're like, we never gave it to us. I'm like, yeah, we did. It was broken. The screen was broken, and it was completely, like, it was unusable. It was unusable, and I'm like, So when I got my, I can't remember what I got next. Like, the next time I bought something, they said, like, they're like, do you want a warranty for that? And I just remember going, no, I'm just not going to let my cousins use it, because I was so salty that they destroyed. It wasn't even mine, it was my sister's, but I was so salty they destroyed the DS. I still have my DS Lite. I have that in the other room. I got a pink one, because all the other colors were sold out. I got that for my birthday, whatever birthday came after it released. I remember going there and I'm like, I want, and there was my first act against my gender. I went, I don't want the pink one. I want to get the blue or the black. I don't want the pink one. I was steadfast on it, steadfast on it, because it was my first rebellious step away from gender norms in my family, because we would go to church and we'd wear a dress. It wasn't the worst, like, I cut my own hair off, so I always had short hair. Well, I did until I went to college, and then I grew it out really long, and then I cut it all off and buzzed it. I might do that again soon for surgery, but anyways, not the point. Anyways, and then I still ended up getting the pink one, because the options were come back, which I didn't know if it would ever happen, or get a pink one. So I got the pink one, and it was my first more not a kids games going on. It was great. Anyways, and then I got a bunch of other ones, and now I have a Switch. We were very Nintendo people growing up. It was what we had. Our neighbors had an Xbox something, or an Xbox original, and a PlayStation. But we were Nintendo people, we always had Nintendo products. We didn't have a lot of games for it, but we had all the products. It's because my mom, back in the day, played the original Nintendo. So we started out, my first game system was a Nintendo 64. And we had Hey You Pikachu, we had Pokemon Stadium, we got Pokemon Puzzle Arena. I couldn't do any of them, but we had my sister play them, and then we had later on we had like I remember my oldest sibling playing against Master Hand and all that. But anyways, what the binders we do have over there are Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That we knew how to play the card version of. The Pokemon cards were just for cool images. But the Yu-Gi-Oh! Loved it. I remember battling my a guy from my church for the first time because he talked big game. He's like, "Yeah, I'm so good. Like I always play Yu-Gi-Oh!" And I'm like, "Oh, well, I don't. I have my deck. I made it against my sister, and that's it." So against dragons, her favorite character was Soto Kaiba. Mine was Joey. But like, I didn't want to admit that growing up because I'm like, Joey is weak. I don't want to admit that. He's like not good. And then I realized I just like Joey. Anyways, and also Mokuba, obvious. Felt like Mokuba in my life because all my siblings were older. They weren't even that much older, but it felt like that. But anyways, so those are Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So anyways, I kind of want a Yu-Gi-Oh tattoo of like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I have tattoos. You can't even see them. Whatever. They're on my other hand. So I want to get tattoos, but with the pandemic, I'm like, we're not going to go sit next to someone for a couple hours getting a tattoo and like describing it and getting it done. We're going to be safe for a little while. Anyways, the point was, why is this notebook inside the treasure box like it's something important? I took the notebook out of the treasure box and began leafing through it. It contained sloppy drawings as if they were drawn by children. The entries that looked like entries that looked like chicken scratch. Day 1, I was able to talk. 1 second, I'm getting water. I'm getting water. Okay. Day 1. I was able to talk to everyone for the first time today. Monokuma showed up, and things turned bad. Day 2. Braca is the leader. A lot of things happened today, so everyone is tired. What is this? A diary? Is it not gonna be Monami's? Like, did she steal this from someone? But who would have drawn and written like that? And it says it's hers on the front cover. That would have been weird. Anyways. Looks like it. Did Monami write these? Did Monami write these? Probably. These pictures and entries totally suit her. I kept flipping through the pages. Day 3, 4, 5... Page after page of poorly written entries continued on in the notebook because I know how to read. I don't really understand, but it looks like there aren't any clues here. And right when I was about to give up, my hand suddenly stopped on the entry titled Day 16. Ooh. We've been in the funhouse for 3 days. Oh my goodness, it's only been like 3 weeks now. It's only been like 3 weeks. Somebody had a really bad month. Anyways. Day 16. We've been in the funhouse for 3 days. Everyone's hungry and on edge. Hajime tried to go into the final dead room today. He's totally panicked about panicking because no one believes him. Huh?
Hey.
Hajime, did something happen? Oh, it's nothing. Hey, hey, stop! Don't look at my notebook. Oh, what? From out of nowhere, Monami suddenly appeared and took the notebook out of my hand.
I won't forgive you.
I think that was supposed to be suspicious, but I don't know why. Phew, I did ask you to look for my treasure box, but I never said you were allowed to peek inside. Geez, that was close. If I had come any later, you would have seen the inside of the notebook. Unfortunately, you were a little too late. I don't know why she's deeper voice now. Unfortunately, you were a little too late. But if this notebook is here, then Nagito was this thief. Betrayal! I was betrayed by my beloved student. Hey, the notebook. It's pretty much your diary, right? Diary? It seems that way. That's right. This is my important diary where all of my maiden secrets are written. Okay, so it's not a diary. So, what is it? Hey, you're a liar. Whoa, you always show up out of nowhere. Monami, it's not good to lie, you know. Lie? There's no way you wrote in that notebook. After all, Monami can't even write. Huh? Oh, so it's not her notebook. Diary. Oh, what are you saying? Geez, I can write letters easily. I can finally write the letter B. No, you can't, because you have no fingers on your hands. What? Monokuma has a little thumb. See? Bullseye. I know, cause I'm the same way too. Oh. So she can't write, so it's not her notebook. Huh? Are you mad? Are you angry that I exposed a weakling like you? So that's what this is about. You're seriously trying to crush me? Huh? What are you saying? There's no way a big brother would ever crush his little sister. It looks like the time to settle things between us is getting closer every second. Is she just gonna, like, kill him? Like, just snap his neck? But not, like, just the figure, like, the person behind him. Hey, I would just love if they're just, like, whoever is behind Monami and whoever is behind Monokuma just live together in an apartment, and she's just like, I'm going to get some milk, and she's just like, no milk left, and she's just like, oh my god, I'm going to kill him. Just, like, completely, like, living a mundane life, but also just hating each other. Anyways. Hey, I don't know why you're getting so serious, but what Monokuma said, but is what Monokuma said true? Huh? He said you didn't write in the notebook. Is that true? I just don't know anyone that's cutesy like that. Because it's not well written. Could be a Kane, no offense. They like putting a lot of things on her. But she isn't cutesy. She wouldn't have drawn things. So the only other person I could think of is Chiaki, who's a little cutesy, and was in the funhouse, and she did stop me from going into the final dead room. It would be weird that she got Sami's. And why is Asami having her notebook? If so, who wrote in it? Well, you know, it's, how should I put it? Excuse me? Oh, hold on. And then why would she have let me open it if if Chiaki was the one to write it? Why would she have stood there and let me open it? Oh, hold on. Damn it, she totally ran away again.
Yep.
The same pattern as usual. Looks like it's a waste of time to try and get answers from her. But still, I really want to ask her about that notebook. I also want to point out my sister is a goth. So when I say this is a block she would have, she really likes pastel colors, not really bright pinks, but she is really liking bright pinks, but she's also goth. So she likes dark, creepy, Halloween-ish stuff. And also pastel pink. Okay. But still, I really wanted to ask her about that notebook. Well, actually, it might be better if I didn't ask her. It's better if I ask her during the class trial. Monami's notebook has been added to your truth bullet section of your handbook. God, is there any left? Are we done yet? Oh, that's not. I wanted to tab. Oh god. Looks like there's something. There's still something I need to investigate here. Our time for investigating is winding down. The bookshelf might... No, the bookshelf might take some time to investigate. We should try examining the other areas first. We did. So, the bookshelf? There's a lot of books and other mysterious item stuff on the shelf. The genres of the type of items are all so random. I can't make any sense of them whatsoever. He just uses it to press leaves and flowers. Also, fun fact, very cheap way of giving a gift to someone that might like that. Get a cheap notebook, empty notebook, and press leaves in it or flowers. Really nice cheap gift. Fun fact. Just completely random out of nowhere, but I'm also so excited for spring. We planted so many bulbs last year, like this fall, winter, I guess it was winter, this winter, and we planted so many bulbs, so I am excited. They only had the typical whatever, I don't remember what it was, but I always love going to flower and cutting them, and I always save 50% of the flowers for outside, and if there's a bug on it, I leave that flower be. But I always go and I always cut off, and we have tulips and we have daffodils, and I don't know flower names, but god, they're all so pretty. They say a shelf is a mirror that reflects a person's heart. Do they now? I definitely don't know much about Nagito just by looking at this. So, what should we do? It'd be really difficult to look through all of these piles. That doesn't mean we should ignore it. Or should ignore it, though.
Yep.
I'll leave it to you then, Hajime. Wait, what? It's better if a boy goes through another boy's things. You know, there might be private stuff there. Well, that might be true, but... So, I'll leave the shelf to you. I think I just got persuaded to do this without realizing it. Yeah, there was, I was watching an old episode of the original Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. And I think I mentioned this as well. I feel like I always repeat stories. But on the one guy's shelf, there was the thesaurus, the phone book, was it just Macy's lingerie or underwear magazine, and then something else, and that was on his phone shelf, like just a phone shelf, like, so it's like the phone book, and it's just like, oh boy, you just leave that one right there in your kitchen. On top of your fridge, I'm pretty sure, like, where your phone book was, so I'm like, oh boy, honey, get it together. I sighed and I moved towards the shelf. One by one, I started removing various books and items and examining each one. But even I examined them carefully, there were still a bunch of random books and items. There's no way there was any clues here. Huh? Yeah, this room, the whole funhouse look, besides the final dead room, was a little bit not my jam. It felt too fantastical. It didn't feel based in reality in any way, and it really wasn't my jam. Anyways, now that the file isn't or wasn't the now that file wasn't the only one I received from Monokuma. Oh, I don't think that's supposed to be me speaking. Well, that file wasn't the only one I received from Monokuma. This is another one. That seal. Indeed, it's a it's a school badge from Hope's Peak Academy. Does that have any information of about our stolen memories? Unfortunately, I couldn't find any clues about that. This file doesn't contain our information, just Hajime's information. Nagito said that no, Nagito said this only contained information about me, but is that really true? This is going on for a very long time. If I look at this, maybe it's because I'm talking. If I look at this, it should be obvious, right? And he said I was from the reserve department and had no talent whatsoever. That might be another one of his lies, too. I opened the file I held my hand, I opened the file I held in my hand to confirm that. Instantly, I realized something was strange. If this really was only my information, then why is this file so thick? I'm so sorry, I'm so tired. As soon as I opened it, it was clear to me, just as I thought, Nagito had lied to me. Aside from my information, there was information about the others, Kazuichi, Fujihiko, Akane, and Sonia. Just us. Oh, and everyone who had died had pages of information about them too. The file contained information on all 16 of us. Only my information, my ass. Couldn't believe he'd made up such a strange lie. So, this means the rest of it might be a lie too. I turned to the page containing my information and began reading through the content. The profile contained basic information such as my date of birth, my height, and my weight, and so forth. But there was one thing that specifically caught my eye. The words reserve course student. There was no denying it. It confirmed that I truly was a reserve course student from the reserve department. Why is this the only thing that wasn't a lie? Why am I the only one here who's from the reserve department? Why? Why am I here with all the other ultimates? Chiaki, it says I'm really cool and really talented. Just don't look at my page, okay? Just, can you believe me on that? It says that I'm cool and I got a talent. It's something. It's there. It's there. Hajime, did you find, or did something happen? Well, I just found a strange file. Is that the special prize Nagito received when he cleared the final dead room? As I recall, your student profile should be in there. It's not just my profile. The profiles of everyone on the island are in here too. Nagito was lying.
Huh?
Then, you say everyone, you mean everyone? Yeah, it's just basic information but there should be profiles on all 16 of us. Can I take a look at that file? Chalky, do you not have memories? Just like... Oh, I'm gonna forget her name still. What's her name? Kyoko. Do you not have your memories like Kyoko? Chalky leaned against me and peered into the file.
You're right. My profile is really in here.
Hmm.
But unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any details.
Maybe. Maybe.
Details?
Details about our missing memories. Information about the time we spent at Hope's Peak Academy. If it's not written in there, these profiles might have been written before we entered the academy.
Fair.
And it's impossible to obtain new clues from them.
Yeah, seems like it.
Hold on.
Huh?
What happened? What happened? I just noticed it right now, but...
The file.
The
His
file.
name isn't in there, right?
Hmm.
There's supposed to be 16 names worth of profiles, but his name is the only one missing, right?
Who are you talking about?
Byakuya. I'm talking about Byakuya Togami.
Ah, my love from this game, not the previous one. From this game, you're back.
Look carefully. No matter where I look, I don't see his name anywhere.
But there's profile on all of us, so clearly he's in there. Maybe his real him. Yes, the real him. So what if his name isn't written in that file? Perhaps based on that, you think he might be the traitor? No, it's not just because his name isn't written in here. It's not that that's not the only reason I think he's suspicious. Ooh, serious. He participating in the killing school life at the Hopes Academy, right? For someone like him to be in a similar situation on this island, it's like Saw. You know, like they escape and then they become his apprentice. Spoilers, I guess. I never watched them, so yeah, I watched the first one. No matter what, it's definitely suspicious. Well, it pains me to say this, but what you're saying about the missing name and about the killing school life is totally wrong. There's a completely different reason. A different reason?
You're getting all riled up.
How should I put this? You guys have been getting all worked up about that rocket for no reason. Which means the great mystery that you think surrounds that rocket doesn't exist. You're basing it on one person's cheap speculation. What do you mean?
What the heck?
You don't have to ask me that. Yeah, okay. You know the answer just by looking through those files, right? Huh? My eyes turned back to the file. One by one, I started flipping through the pages and confirming the names. And suddenly, I came across the page that was filled with question marks. Every section was filled with a question mark. With question marks, it could barely be considered a student profile. On that page, I was only able to confirm one thing. The ultimate imposter. It is among us. The ultimate imposter. Oh, a ultimate imposter. I love you more than Bakura. In the first game. I'm assuming it was obviously Bakura. But but we have information on him. Or them. Look, we got information. Look at that. Look, we even got... Oh wait, sorry, wrong tabs. Look, we even got more stuff. We only hung out with him twice. Anyways. That's that Brocka's true identity. True identity? He was a fake that was pretending to be the ultimate affugent prodigy, Baraka Tagami. A fake?
Hey,
I mean, clearly he uses he/him pronouns. The fact that his profile is filled with question marks isn't a mistake or an oversight. Surprisingly enough, that's the correct information regarding him. The ultimate imposter has no name, no permanent address, and even his age and gender is unknown. Oh, so pronouns are open. Basically, he doesn't exist. Because he doesn't exist, he's able to exist as anyone. That's his talent. Though I'm not jealous of that at all. That person wasn't really Baka Togami.
Perhaps.
Is that why he was so much fatter compared to when he was involved in the if they make fat jokes? I'm going to be so sad. Please do not ruin this. Please. Okay. So much fatter compared to when he was involved in the killing school life.
So cool.
His physique doesn't affect his ability to fool others at all. Real imposters are skilled like that. Then, he was lying to us the whole time.
But still.
But he couldn't help it. What? Why couldn't he help it?
Oh.
Because that was his talent. Huh? Well, having talent means you're also bound to that talent. The moment you obtain talent, your way of life has already been chosen for you. You can't do anything anything else except rely on that talent, regardless of whether you want that life or not. I thought you left. In that case, compared to the other ultimates, your life might be a little bit more liberating. Probably didn't say that correctly, but you know, what the hell? Anyway, I'm not happy that you guys fell for a scheme that I had nothing to do with.
That's right.
So I'll tell you straight up, this revelation about Bracca is exactly the truth. Then, what were you trying to say to me at that time? I can't talk to others about my past. I suspect that my spectacle nature is partly to blame. Distrusting others and being distrusted in return. For a long time, my life has been a living hell. Based on that context, if I had to guess,
No.
maybe he was just complaining that he was cursed to wander the earth as nothing more than a fraud. But if you guys had your school memories, you never would have been betrayed in the first place. I mean, you'd be different. It'd be different if you were. Will we ever see him in like a different impersonation? That would be really cool. That would be fun. Anyways, I mean, it'd be different. It'd be different if you were meeting him for the first time. But since you guys were at Hope's Peak Academy, you should have known about his ultimate imposter, about the ultimate imposter already. So in the end, it all leads back to the lost memory, or the memory leads back to memory loss. Jeez, the Future Foundation sure is awful. There's no way you should ignore Monami or the traitor. Who is it? Who's the traitor? Just from looking at these 16 profiles, I still wouldn't know who's from this Future Foundation. Is there really someone like that?
Of course.
Well, you wouldn't know, obviously you wouldn't know. I made the profile so you guys couldn't find out.
Could it be?
So, it's just as I thought. You're the one who did it.
Hey.
The fact that there's 16 profiles in there is what's wrong. I mean, the traitor is a spy sent by the Future Foundation, not a student from Hope's Peak Academy. You had a fake profile. You made a fake profile for the traitor and included it in here.
Correct.
It wouldn't be fun if you figured out who the traitor was so easily, right? But KF did. He knows who the traitor is. I just don't. No, he knew who it was. I don't. It wouldn't be fun if I figured out. Yeah.
Hey.
Then we can't use this profile to figure out who the traitor is. That was true for Nagito too, right? Well, probably. Hope's Peak Academy file has been added to your truth bullet section of your handbook. It's dripping with despair, isn't it? You wasted your precious time on something that isn't a clue. It's gonna be a clue.
Are you sure about this?
I mean, it's a bullet. Was that a wise decision? Time's up, you know. Time's up. Wait.
Bye-bye.
Excuse me for a moment. Never mind. The building. It's a building. It's an ancient ruin. The ancient ruin is next chapter. Interesting. Ding dong bing bong. That chime just now.
What is most important for living things? Well, personally, I think time is. I mean, your bank account may go up and down, but time will inevitably run out, right?
Yeah.
That's why we gotta cherish time. There is nothing more wasteful than wasting time. So, time's up. We will begin the last class trial. So please gather at Monokuma Rock.
The last one? The last one? Interesting.
I'll see you soon.
Interesting. What is going to be the next? You know, I'm saving it right here on the last school trial. How are you doing? Oh God, you're full of despair. I'm so sorry. I was doing so well. I wasn't. I wasn't. I'm going to save it here. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to do the first half of the trial next time. The last trial. The last school trial. I don't know if that's true, but I assume because it was in yellow text that he wasn't lying. But how does he know it's the last school trial? Like, we don't know. Someone could kill each other, like, tomorrow. But anyways, we're going to leave it there. Because I need to go eat something and go to bed and sleep. I'm tired. I'm a little toddler right now. Okay, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. Eat some food. Drink some water. Stay healthy. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait, no. Cancel. I clicked exit, not in stream, because I'm smart.